is why you
going
don't
to jail.
do drugs while you drive, because then you forget.
As a person who has driven and been pulled over with absurd amounts of cocaine in my car, this has happened to me.
Protective orders are always a serious matter.
But also sometimes kind of hot. I love you.
God damn it, get him new pants.
Davey. So I'm a felon, and I ride around with weed a lot in my car. And I'm wondering if I'm stopped by the police, how I can protect myself. And, you know, like what kind of questions do I have to answer? What do I don't have to answer? How can I get out of there without them, you know, finding out that I got weed?
So the question is not, so you're going to continue to carry the weed is what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. So in a hypothetical, in a hypothetical where you get pulled over and you're a felon with weed, okay, Bill, what would you do if you pretend that you're a felon with weed in the car? You've made some bad life choices. You have all the knowledge of you as a lawyer, but you're not a lawyer for this hypothetical because you couldn't break the law as a lawyer. So you're this felon.
You're also not Chinese.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you're Asian, you're good. Just act like you don't speak English and then drive away. But, you know, the number one thing is always to be polite. Right? No need to exacerbate the issue, right? You know, cops are on edge or whatnot. You don't need to give a reason. The other thing is that you only want to give the basic information that you have to, which is essentially you will give your driver's license, your registration, your insurance card. So you don't want to consent to any searches. You don't want to invite them in. You don't want to tell them your favorite movie is How High, any of those things.
Now, do you have to give the cop your driver's license?
Yes.
Okay. What about your insurance and registration?
Yes.
Okay. Caller, do you have a driver's license, insurance, and registration?
Yes.
That's a good start. Now, this is all hypothetical, right? So I would never break the law. But one thing I have seen in a lot of the videos on YouTube that I've looked at is you'd be surprised how many people are felons with active warrants, and they're driving around with a taillight out.
Not good.
They're driving around with expired tags, right? I'm not saying commit a crime, but like step one, if you're trying not to get caught, is maybe, you know, don't have an obvious moving violation on the car.
Yeah, the thing about crimes is the more of them you do at the same time, the more obvious it is that you are a criminal. Yeah. So don't do that. So
the cop pulls the caller over and he's like, let me see your license, registration. I'll tell you what, why don't you be the cop? I'll be the cop. Okay.
Oh, I'll be the bad cop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good cop, that. Bad cop.
Yeah.
Can Ciara be my lawyer?
Lawyer.
Ooh.
And you're going to be the felon. Okay. All right. Hi, sir. How are you doing today? Sorry that we had to pull you over, but you were going 3 miles per hour under the speed limit. So you know how it is, end of the month. Can I see your license and registration, please? Okay. All right.
Sir, step out of the car. Step out of the car right now. Do you have anything sharp on you that I should know about? Weapons? Illicit substances? Drugs?
Do you hear my partner talking to you? Hey. Do you hear him talking to you?
Hey, boy. You speak English?
Hey, we're not trying to get sued as a department here. Okay.
All right. Drag him out of the car.
Okay, let's pause the role play. Bill, or would you actually, is that what you would just not say anything? You wouldn't tell them?
If I was carrying, I wouldn't say anything.
Wow. Just complete silence.
Yeah.
That's not going to infuriate them okay, what if they get a canine?
Okay, let me actually ask. I assumed in this hypothetical that I was consuming the weed while driving, and not that I just had it. So whenever I'm at home trying not to let my wife know that I'm high, I just don't say anything.
Okay.
So
okay, we are both lawyers. We don't always agree. Okay. So I feel like there's a middle road, right? I've seen a lot of videos where people are like, you know, all cops are pigs, tell them the absolute minimum, right? I feel like there's a list of things that are not going to make the situation worse. And there's a list of things where you're basically asking the cop to bring the canine in.
So antagonizing the cop is going to definitely give them a reason to do more, right? And I would also say that being completely silent and, you know, being upset or whatever it may be may cause them to do it. But it's lower down the list, especially if you look like me, right? So, like, you're just like, you look a little, you know, whatever, you're just here and you're doing it, you hand it over and you smile and you're like, you know, and if they may ask you a question, you're just like,
it's not a crime to not speak
It's
English.
not, but we're talking not about whether it's a crime or not. It's whether they're going to then decide to look a little closer, right?
I think you could say, as a policy, I don't answer questions. Because then you're saying, I like this. As a policy, I don't answer questions.
Can I say a better one?
I would love to hear it, yes.
I'm not comfortable
answering questions.
What about just flirting with the cop? You know?
What about if you just lie?
Well,
let's get one at a time. Let's come back to lie.
Yeah,
I want to
yeah.
talk about why I said, as a policy, I don't answer questions. Okay, so I have a lot of privilege in this country in that I'm a lawyer.
Oh, I thought you were going to say because you're white. Okay.
No, I'm full minority. I'm 20% Arab or something. So
Wow.
I really lean into that. in
Great status, yeah.
2025. But
Terrorist.
no, so I'm a lawyer, right? So for me, a traffic stop. Once I show them my bar card, the cop now realizes he's playing rock, paper, scissors with his entire career. And if he messes up he does anything not by the book, like he could lose his job.
Oh.
So I get way more respect than I deserve as a human because of that bar card. Okay. You at home are probably not a lawyer. Okay. But what you can do is you can show the cop that you're informed, that you know your rights. Why are lawyers powerful? Not because we have the card, because we know the laws, because we know how to navigate the legal system. So when you say, as a policy, I don't answer questions. The reason I like that language is because it's telling the cop, I'm informed. I know what my rights are. I don't have to answer questions. In fact, I'm so educated on this. I created my own personal policy. So I'm being respectful. I don't hate you. I respect the job, but I also know my rights.
Sound like a nerd.
And as a policy, I don't answer questions.
Yeah, I would just want to beat the shit out of you if you said that.
All right, well, but that's a great lawsuit. And if you've had the cops beat the shit out of you for knowing your rights, please call the Hardly Legal Show. We'll
Okay,
talk to you
so
about it.
let me give you one other kind of interesting situation people don't often recognize is if I'm going to ask you, you were speeding,
Okay.
you got pulled over. You knew you were speeding.
Yeah.
They pulled you over, and they come up and they say, "Howdy, folks. Do you know why I pulled you over today?"
Oh, man, I wish I had a lawyer right now.
Did somebody say they need a lawyer?
Not this one.
I've been back here the whole time. Hi, I'm Josh, the co-host of Hardly Legal, and I'm going to help you get through this. Now, you don't have to answer that question of how fast you were going. Let's see what else he says.
Son, is there anything in the car I need to know about?
Hold on. Is there anything in the car?
Yeah, like a lot of cocaine.
Like a lot? Like how much coke?
A lot.
Where is it? Where's the coke? Oh, shit. He's probably not going to look there. Tell him no. No, wait. It's on camera. Don't lie. Say, as a policy, I don't answer questions.
As a policy, I don't answer questions about my girlfriend's.
Oh, ooh, that's bad.
Sir, why are you in such a hurry that you had to speed?
I would just say I wasn't speeding.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good answer.
Yeah.
Some people are gonna go, I was trying to get home. I had a long day of work. I was just trying to get home. Notice, you just admitted
Yeah.
to speeding.
Do me.
What a rookie.
Do me.
Yeah.
Do me.
I'm married. Okay. So the question, sir, do you know why you were in such a hurry that you had to speed?
How fast did you clock me going?
Nice.
99 miles an hour.
Doesn't seem right.
Or which you said doesn't seem right. You're not sure, huh?
I didn't say that. As a policy, though, I don't answer questions. I'd love to see the radar gun, though. Maybe see what its calibration is. When's the last time you had the radar gun
No,
calibrated?
that's fine. Why don't you step out of the car and I'll show it to you?
I don't care. I don't have anything on me.
Did you step out of the car? In the hypothetical, you have weed.
Well, okay. I forgot that I have weed in the hypothetical.
Yeah,
okay.
dude.
I
And
smoked,
this is why
Yeah,
you
you're going to
don't
jail.
do drugs while you drive,
I
because then you
s-
forget.
I
Listen.
smoked so much weed that I forgot that I had the weed on me.
As a person who has driven and been pulled over with absurd amounts of cocaine in my car,
Okay.
this has happened to me.
Okay.
Exactly what this caller is talking about. Caller, Little John.
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, what you're going to need is about $5,000 in cash at all times in your car. Cops are highly bribable. I don't like Ciara. I feel like she could just get out of it by, flashing a little nip.
I have terrible luck with the police. They really don't like me.
What'd they do to you?
Wait, let me take my sunglasses off. Hang on.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I see it now.
What's happened to you with the cops?
I've had similar situations, never with any like drugs or paraphernalia in the car, thank God, but I have been like pulled over for very like minor things and received like the absolute worst like verbal lashings about it. And I am terrified of authority, so I'm always very like meek and nice and like here's all my stuff. I'm always asked to get out of the car. I'm always asked about like what's on me, what's around me. I know. And with these glasses, who would think?
I think they just want to see your ass, dude. I think that's what's happening.
God,
I
I
mean,
don't know.
yeah. Every
But
time
I'm
I
very-
offer to show my ass, they're like, "Sir, stay in the car." Sir.
And I'd love to know like all of these facts because for me, I get very nervous by the pressure of like police, and it makes me feel like everything I'm already doing is wrong.
They ever ask for your number or anything?
No,
Never.
I've even cried, and they've just been like tough titties.
They
like,
still gave you the.
yeah.
They gave you the. They just were like, those are some tough titties. Here.
Okay, hold on. Let's role play one more question. So you get pulled over, Ciara, and the cop says, "Do you know why I stopped you?"
I always am like no,
Great.
because I usually don't.
Perfect answer. People who are nervous will sometimes go, I don't know. Was I speeding?
Did you want to get my number, officer? Is that why you pulled me over?
There are very few answers that
Step out of the car, man.
constitute admissions of guilt or you looking guilty.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I've had a lot of run-ins. So I'm from Louisiana, and obviously DUIs are like the biggest issue. So you'll get pulled over for anything because the police would just love to get you for a DUI. But we have a lot of problems with, like, I was driving my friend home from the bar. Also, I worked at a bar. I always smelled like beer. I always just smelled like alcohol. I had a headlight out, driving my friend home. The same cop had pulled me over 3 times in the week because of my out headlight. And every single time was like, you smell like alcohol. You must be drinking. I'm going to pull you out of the car to do a field sobriety test.
At that point, it's the beginning of a romantic comedy. I feel like the third time he pulls you over, he just has the extra headlight. He's like, sit right there, honey. I'm gonna get this fixed.
And the funny part about
didn't that happen on Bridesmaids?
he's like, you know what it smells like in here, ma'am? I don't know. And he goes, love.
I wish. I'd love some of those benefits.
So you got 3 tickets?
No, so I because it was kind of bullshit, I just got like a field sobriety test done all 3 times, and then every time I was like, I was a broke college kid, and they was like, why haven't you fixed this headlight? Because it's the 3rd time I've pulled you over. And I was like, because I work and I go to school, and like I don't have the money to fix it right now. And I think after the 3rd time he was like, I'm gonna write you a ticket for something else, but like you need to get this fixed, otherwise I'm gonna whatever threat. And I was just like, I just don't. I was like, and I get very flustered and
This
like
guy
upset.
sounds bored.
I think they were largely bored, but at the same time, like I had a lot of friends who were always heavily packing with drugs and stuff, and like they were so rude to the cops, but like never got in trouble, never got bothered, and I think it was because they knew the right things to say.
$5,000 in cash in the trunk, officer.
Bingo. That's it. That's all you need.
Don't bribe cops.
Yeah, officer, you can search my trunk, and if you find a little bundle of cash in there, that's for you.
If you try to give a cop $5,000 in cash to let you off, then you're just going to get writ up for trying to bribe the cop with $500.
No, brother, this has worked for me.
Can you believe this guy tried to bribe me with $300? What an idiot.
Usually it's like $1,000.
Is this two CC's gift cards? Like, okay, you
Call back to the CC's. Nice, dude. I've got a little dessert pizza here, officer. What do you say we just forget this ever happened?
But can I tell you one other crazy story? Please. I know 2 different family members, not from Texas, who were driving through Texas, separate years apart, very different people, very different races, different ages, everything. Both driving through Texas, and both times they were carrying a like dealer level, distribution level amount of weed. Right? Mm-hmm. Both times the cops took the weed and let them go.
Yeah, dude, they're trying to party. Of course, bro. The street value.
Why have I never been that lucky?
To join.
I think that actually might be the key. You just carry copious amounts of drugs, and that's your getaway free card.
Sir, did you just run over that kid? Check the trunk.
Yeah.
Free to go.
You're going to find something you like back there, officer.
It's like,
The
no.
dead kid?
Dude, it's got blood. This weed's got blood on it.
We don't know what kind of cops these are, okay?
You take the kid, and then no more questions, officer. It's your kid.
Okay, hold on. Let's get back to our caller. Caller, Little John, do you have any other questions, or do you feel like you got some guidance about how to live your life safely while you continue to commit crimes similar to the crimes you've already committed?
I'll take that silence as a yes.
I think he died.
Per our
All right.
He's taking our lesson to heart.
Thank you so much for joining, caller.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
Damn. That is crazy. So many stories of cops behaving badly. If you're a viewer and you have a story about a cop behaving badly, go ahead and throw it in the comment section. We want to hear from you guys, too.
Yeah, we want to hear your craziest stories. And if you were an officer that pulled over a lot of people for ridiculous reasons, also leave a comment. We really want to see those, especially if you were in Louisiana pulling over Ciara.
Can I just shout out a quick message real quick?
Please. Yeah.
To the fat black cop that pulled me over in Belmead, Texas. Fuck you, buddy.
This is hardly legal. If you have a crazy legal story and you want to talk to some lawyers anonymously for free, call us.
Wait, we're not getting paid?
Nothing at all. I don't know how we're going to pay for it, to be honest.